India is a country of religions. It is home to a wide varieties of traditions and cultures. It is a country where cricketers and film actors are considered as gods and goddesses. But at the same time, it is a country where a woman who's on her periods is considered as dirt and as impure. Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about two such ills or two such problems which are present in today's society and which need to be dealt with as soon as possible and removed from the face of this country. Now, when I was a kid and when I used to see my mother not going to the temple or being a part of any spiritual activities during a certain period of the month, I used to wonder why that happens. Now, since I was a kid and if I used to ask my mother why that's happening, the only answer I used to get was that she's not well or there's something happening in her body which is not letting her do so. Now, when I grew up and when I came to know what menstruation is or what periods exactly are, and then when I spoke to my friends or my parents about it, they told me that when women are on their periods, they're not allowed to go to temples or be a part of any spiritual activities. But I didn't think about it then because I guess I didn't want to. But later on, when I decided to look at articles or read about this and try to get a little knowledge as to why this actually used to happen, and when I tried to find out the reason as to why this actually came into being back then, I got shocked. Because they say that women are not allowed to go to the temple or, in some cases, even the kitchen of their houses just because they are impure and weak at that point of time. Yes, I repeat, impure is what they said. Now, back then, when these traditions were being formed, there were scientific reasons, and now science is difficult to prove. So, अगर क्योंकि वो science prove नहीं हो पाई, तो वो impure का दब्बा लगा दिया. So that is what exactly happened. And then I read a few more articles, and I came across one which spoke about this Kamakhya Pitham temple in the state of Andhra Pradesh, where the Murti or the goddess has been made in the form of a vagina, and it celebrates womanhood. There, the Guruji said that the women were given the choice back then. The Guruji said that during menstruation or during periods, a woman is so pure during the cleansing that she takes the light of the Murti, of the goddess, and she takes it inside. So it's a choice that the women were given. But the choice, it faded away with time. And soon it became a taboo. And then women were told that अगर तुम temple में जाओगे या अगर तुम किसी मंदिर में जाओगे तो तुम्हारे साथ ये इतना बुरा हो जाएगा. The reason they started getting afraid, and then yeah, as I repeat, it became a taboo. It's high time we step out of this. It's high time we end these traditions and tell the world that it is not who's impure or weak. It is the thinking which was, and it still can be if the change is not brought in. Now, talking about the second ill or the second problem, we've all seen deaths in our family. We've all seen last rites and antim sanskars being performed by relatives. But have you ever wondered why women are not allowed to do so? Ever thought why women are told to stay far away from the ghat or from the place where they're burning the body? Ever wondered why a daughter is never allowed to perform the last rites of the deceased parent? Ever wondered why a son, if the parents don't have a son, a male relative from the family is told to perform the last rites? Well, I did, and I decided to look that up too. And the reasons again, they were disastrous. Now, when I was looking at articles that spoke about the reasons as to why women are not allowed to perform these rituals, there were these two factors that were being repeated in every article. Now, I'll talk about those two factors. So, the first one, the emotional factor, they said. They said women are much more emotionally weaker than men, and they have a much softer heart when it comes to men, and that's the reason they are not allowed to do those rituals, because when last rites are happening, there's a lot of emotional stress that people go through, and they won't be able to take it. That's the reason they gave. The second one, the women factors. Now, if I'm talking about the women factors, it's totally related to the first ill, that the pregnancy problems or the menstruation problems are going to affect the last rites. I really don't understand how, but yes, it will. So these are the reasons the people gave. Well, now you must be wondering why I'm talking about these problems and not about something like female feticide or dowry, whereas they are much more important and much more prevalent than these. Well, that's wrong. All these problems need to be dealt with the same measures and need to be put to rest as soon as possible. Now, this vlog is not only dedicated to women, or it's not only a motivational call to women, it's for men too. Well, because your mother's been suffering from this, your sister is, and your wife and your children will too. So if you today take a stand with women, then there's no stopping. There's no one who's going to stop you from reaching the light at the end of the tunnel, like I said. Now I make a statement today that when I grow up and when I have a daughter, I'm not going to restrict her from going to the temple when she's on her periods and from doing any other spiritual practice. And when I die, if I have two children, my daughter and my son both will perform my last rites, and not only my son. And I will make that change. And I hope you take a step too. क्योंकि अगर एक औरत का हक एक इंसान को पैदा करने का है, तो उसी औरत का हक उस इंसान के बदन और रूह के साथ आखिरी दम तक रहने का भी है.